Cause it's a lot of people I'ma ride for. Been fighting all my life for, I'm ready. Prepared for the pain and the strife, boy, I'm ready. You really want me, come and get me, boy, I'm ready.
They can't beat up me too
I got
good.
a million soldiers with me, boy, I'm ready.
They finessing, they physical, so that's the big game. They're looking for to be physical and be finesse tonight. He said you ready for this one.
Now, as we get ready for kickoff, a couple things to unpack as both teams met around the 50-yard line. It kind of reminded us of a good college rivalry,
right,
or a good high school rivalry. And
you couldn't tell me these kids wasn't 16 years old tonight the way they acting tonight.
No kidding. These kids are hyped. I'm sure last year's championship game, which College Park won 7-6, is fresh on everybody's mind. So we are set for kickoff, and this ball takes a bounce inside the 30, and it's bobbled by number 9, Dylan Henderson. But he picks it up, and he's tackled at the 28-yard line, and that's where the Georgia Eagles will take over first down.
It was great seeing those guys fly down on kickoff. He's like you said, the energy is here tonight. You can see it. Like I said, the kickoff, them guys flew down the field and made a play. So these guys, the energy is out here tonight.
Starting quarterback for the Eagles is Avery Edwards, number 11. He was a participant in the United Tykes Network All-American All-Star game this year. As the referee gives the signal to wind the clock. And we are underway here in Stockbridge. First down and 10. And it's an inside draw. It's a nice gain there on first down.
Great run. Great run. He hit
Henderson on the carry.
That's exactly how you want him to hit the hole. He hit the hole 100 miles per hour. Like you can't tell that's an 8-year-old kid running the ball on that play.
No, he looked like an NFL running back.
Right. He keep doing that all night. It might be a long night tonight.
Rampage making some adjustments as the Eagles quickly come up to the ball. One running back, and it's another draw. And this time a huge, and he went 4, 35, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Make a right, 6, touchdown Eagles.
Did you see how he exploded through that hole, Noah?
Yes. That was professional grade.
Right. You can't. It's no better than that, man. He hit the hole 100 miles per hour with nothing but green grass in front of him. That's the way you're supposed to hit it, young man.
And we have a penalty flag at the very end of the play. We'll have to check the marker. But that was a 67-yard run.
Man, way to open it up. Second play of the game, right?
Second play of the game.
Second play of the game. That's the way. O-line, great job by the O-line up front. O-line opened up a big hole. I think I could have ran through that hole.
And you're a guy.
Big guy.
You're a big guy. You played offensive line.
Correct. Played center. It's like I said, if I can run through that hole, them guys know that he can run through it. So like I said, that hole was big. I think we can get one of the trucks in the parking lot to come through the hole.
So we'll check the marker here. 6-0 Eagles.
I know a lot of high school teams wish they had that O-line for them on Friday night, because that O-line did a great job on that play. I'm a big boy guy, so I got to give the guys up front a lot of credit for that run. That 6-7 yard belongs to the big guys in the running back, not just the running back.
It's always the big uglies that are the most underappreciated guys on the football team. But they did their job there, and Dylan Henderson reaped the rewards with a long touchdown run. So we're still waiting to see what the penalty is.
Well, we know it's not going to be a field goal. I don't think nobody kicking a field goal 8 years old.
I don't think so. I mean, I'd be impressed. If you saw that kickoff there was not a lot of latitude to it, so a lot of height.
Drive, right.
It was a line drive that probably went about 30 yards in the air. Not a bad kick for these 8-year-olds, and it did take a generous bounce there once it landed.
I'm interested to see how the Rampage is going to respond. 'Cause like I said, the number one thing Coach Shane mentioned was they were physical. But that play, it looked like the Eagles were more physical on that drive. So we got to see how they're going to respond back on offense.
And I did have a chance to talk to Coach James Davis, the head coach of the Eagles, who is the much older brother of Atlanta Falcons' current starting running back, Mike Davis. And I asked him, what is the key to what is your message to your players? And he said that you have to work hard.
Right.
It's not a, the highlights are great and all, but it all starts with rolling up your sleeves and doing the dirty work.
Right.
And as you mentioned, the offensive line did it on those first couple of plays. 2 really good runs that it's 72 yards on the ground.
And you can tell that running back play for Coach Davis because, like you say, he's a former big-time running back himself, and you can tell he's teaching those guys the right thing over there.
So they're going for 2.
I think everybody jumped off sides.
And it should be a false start.
I thought it was a false. The whole right side jumped off side.
The try is no good. And so with 8:51 to go in the first quarter, Georgia leading College Park 6-0.
One thing I love about both these teams' uniform, they look great. They both uniform, both teams look just alike. Everybody looking good.
Yep, the Rams are wearing gray tops and bottoms with navy blue bases and yellow rampage horns, I should say. The Eagles, they kind of look like the Oregon Ducks with their green pants and yellow tops and socks and green helmets.
And the Philadelphia Eagles in the mix.
Yes, they have those patented eagle wings on the helmets.
You think Coach Davis give me one of those jerseys to rock, or I think I can't fit one of those?
Probably not. I think, but you might need a quintuple extra large
right.
to fit into those.
Well, I'm looking at a couple of these parents in the stands. They got a couple. I'm going to know where they got their jerseys from.
Number 26, Joseph 3J Davis set to kick it off for the Eagles.
All right, let's see how they respond. Let's see how they respond back.
And it's a high kick and fielded at the 40-yard line and running laterally, trying to turn it upfield.
Oh, good.
But not doing much there.
He did a lot, but he didn't do it. He didn't get a lot. He did a lot, but didn't get a lot. So that was good return. Like I say, you got to get up the field on that one. He made a lot of guys miss, but you got to still a young athlete. You got to get up the field.
Number 13, Mason Smith there on the return. Might have lost a few yards, in fact. They're going to mark this at the 37-yard line, so a net return of -3 yards there.
Let's see how physical can they get physical just like the Eagles was physical. Like I said, Coach Shane mentioned in the interview earlier, they want to be physical up front. So let's see, can they respond just like the Eagles responded. So I'm looking forward to this drive. They still early in the game, but they got me on my feet all night.
Starting quarterback for the Rampage is R.J. Harris, number 8.
Right,
2 running back set. 3 running back set, and he gets met in the backfield right away.
Great play up front.
Jamal Cobb Jr. coming in for the big tackle for loss.
Number 1.
Excuse me, that is Dontavius Davis Jr. on the hit.
Those guys up front for the Eagles. The Eagles D-line pretty nice size group up front.
Yes, Jamal Cobb Jr., number 7. He looks like he could definitely be the nose tackle. Right. He's a big boy.
He got great penetration on that play. He did exactly what you want your nose tackle to do. Get penetration, make the play, and let your linebackers feel, and he did that.
So 2nd down and long from the 34-yard line.
One thing about Eagles, they want to stop the run. They're in the box. They crowded the box. So.
And this time they get a nice gain there. Get back some of the yards they lost on that first down play. They'll mark it at the 39-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd down and 8.
Like I said, both these teams for 8 years old, they're both great teams, good teams. They run their offenses, looking very well so far early in this game.
I like this. This is kind of interesting. The center comes up to the ball first, and then the rest of the team immediately joins him.
Right. I love the center. That leadership. The center, the first to touch the ball. Like I always tell people, he's the quarterback. He's the real quarterback of the team, not the quarterback.
So
the center is nobody.
3rd and 8, 3 running backs set, and a nice gain there. And it's a 1st and 11, and he's dragged out inside the 40-yard line of Georgia.
Man, I tell you, whoever teaching these kids how to play running back these days doing a great job. Because both these running backs on both teams are great. They're hitting the hole exactly how you want to hit the hole. Like I said, them guys up front open it up, they get a little crease, and they're hitting it. So whoever teaching these guys to run the football doing a great job because you can't teach no better than that.
I believe that was Blair Batson, the running back, number 10, on that huge run. So give him 22 on that carry. It's a first down and 10 for College Park at the Georgia Eagles 39-yard line. It's another triple set, 3 running backs in the backfield.
One thing we know, both these guys want to establish a run game early.
They put Deegan Parker in motion to the right side, giving them some extra blockers.
Oh. Like it's muffed the snap a little bit.
Yep. And I thought it was going to be a false start.
Right. I think it was just me and you don't want to see these false starts tonight.
So they give him 1 yard on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 upcoming at the 38-yard line.
Like I said, no better feeling. It's 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday night, 8 years old. Where'd you rather be?
I don't think I would want to be anywhere else. And it's a beautiful night, as you say. Clear night, no sky, no clouds in the sky. 68 degrees here at Kickoff. Down here about 30 miles south of downtown Atlanta. I mean, we saw this last week. A lot of passion, a lot of great football here in the state of Georgia, and these young kids showing us right away that they're going to be superstars. We're going to see some superstars
a lot of these
in the making.
We will see in the next 10+ years on Saturday.
Absolutely. Here's an inside draw.
There you go.
And a nice gain there on 2nd down. Ball comes marked inside the 35-yard line.
Man, let's talk a little. What is number 7 for the Eagles? Man, that kid.
Jamal Cobb Jr.
I like
once
that kid.
again.
He been disrupting plays all day, so let's keep it going all night. Let's keep it going.
Legan Thomas, number 23, the ball carrier there for College Park. And so it'll be 3rd down and 4 at the 33-yard line. Another 3 running back set. And this time they give it to the up man.
Oh, just short.
Gets a short gain, but it's not enough for the first. He needed the 29. He's at the 31-yard line. And that is number 9, Dante Fowler on the carry.
Oh, Dante Fowler for the Falcons?
No, Dante Fowler for the Rampage.
One easy related to Dante Fowler play for the Falcons, huh?
Perhaps. So it's 4th down and 2 at the 31-yard line. As we approach 3.5 minutes to go in a very fast-moving first quarter.
This is big.
Rampage have had the ball now for over 5 minutes on a drive that started at their own 37-yard line.
Got on the jump.
And they get the jump.
Finally got our first false start penalty tonight.
That's the first offside penalty. No, false start. It is a false start. It's against College Park, so back them up 5 yards. So they get 4th and 7.
You can't make those kind of mistakes. You can't. Both these teams are heavy hitters.
So it's 4th and 7 at the 36-yard line. College Park's offense stays out on the field. They're going to go for it.
I don't think they have a choice. Well, they got a field goal kicker and kick it 50 yards tonight, huh?
and they probably don't have a punter either.
Right.
So 4th and it's good. I mean, look, it's good experience for these kids, to be in these real life situations.
Right.
You have to treat it like it's the 4th quarter.
I wish I had this type of environment when I was 8 years old.
4th down and 7 at the 36-yard line. Another 3 running backs set, but first we get a timeout on the field called by College Park as Shane Gordon will want to talk things over with his young club. But some good energy here so far, DeAndre.
Great energy. Like I said, I want to go out there and suit up myself. There's had an energy feeling tonight. Got the parents standing up. I don't think nobody sat down all night since kickoff.
Yeah, a couple hundred people here. Pretty good turnout by both sides here. We actually saw a guy supporting the Rampage. He's got a Rams chain. We can actually see him here near the top to the right of our broadcast position. And it kind of reminds me a bit of the University of Miami turnover chain. But
I'm about to say that chain probably better than the Miami chain. We got some loyal fans here.
Probably not as many diamonds in it, but it's got the gold look to it. So
Right, there's a lot of loyal fans in the building tonight. You got the flags out, you got the fireworks show before the game, all that great stuff.
Yeah,
I thought it was an NFL game for a second.
It was kind of funny because the Rampage stormed onto the field. They made their grand entrance, but the game prior to them wasn't quite finished yet. Kind of to make another historical reference, reminded me of the field play back in 1982 between Stanford and Cal when the Golden Bears won on the crazy lateral on the kickoff to win the game.
Another time.
And another timeout. This time, James Davis and the Georgia Eagles will take it as they get a feel for what College Park was about to do there. So another break in the action with 2:46 to go in this first quarter. If you're joining us late, the Eagles in 2 plays went 72 yards. The second play, a 67-yard touchdown run to give the Eagles a 6-0 lead. The point after try was no good, as Dylan Henderson was the man who got the 67-yard score there on the second play of the game.
Right, like you said, the way that hole was open, oh, man. Like I said, I could have ran through that hole.
I think I would be content just being one of the head coaches yelling at these kids. And not a football.
Like I said, it's a great vibe tonight out here tonight. It's a great football. It's, like I said, I don't think there's no other 8-year-old in the country playing this type of environment tonight. This might be the best environment in the country tonight. We know in the state. We know definitely in the state, but definitely in the country.
Well, both teams are ranked nationally.
Oh, what are they nationally?
So the Eagles are ranked number 3 in the country.
Wow.
And College Park is in the top 20 as well. So 2 very good playing football programs.
Okay.
And here's a pass out to the flat, and it doesn't gain enough. A gain of 2 there.
Turnover on down.
And it's a turnover on downs.
Let's see can the Eagles do it again on offense.
Sanchez Hartnett the third. The reception in the flat, but he only gets 2. The Eagles will take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Surprised that he, considering how small these guys are and how big that defensive line is for the Eagles, that ball will get out to the flat like it did.
Well, it was a great decision. He threw it down to his check down. He saw the deep ball wasn't there. He threw it short. So like I said, great decision by that young man. Just get the ball in his hand and let his defense put the defense in a great position and do what they do.
Henderson in motion. 1st down.
There you go.
And it's Avery Edwards on the keeper, and he gets taken out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Nice gain there on 1st down.
One thing we say about
medium.
the Eagles love the offensive line because they depend on these guys tonight early.
3 offensive plays, 3 running plays.
And they all got positive yards in the running game. No negative yards so far. So I'm trying to see the numbers of all the offensive line. Like I said, the numbers are a little different.
And I forgot my binoculars, so we're at the top. We're on top of the press box tonight. I mean, it is a gorgeous night. So I have no problem being in the.
They spread. They in the spread. Shotgun.
2 receivers to the near side. Shotgun snap, and it's an inside draw. And stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Right, and like I said, the great thing I like about that play is it's a bonus to see an 8-year-old with a shotgun snap. Even like I said, a lot of days the high school guys, college guys can't shotgun snap. So to see these guys snap the ball early at a young age, that's a bonus because, these days everybody running spread offense. I don't think it's too many colleges that's on the system, maybe, 3 or 4 of them. But like you said, it's a bonus to see a kid at a young age snap the football because that's a specialty you have to have. It's not an easy job. So I salute that young man tonight in the shotgun.
So looks like a gain of 2. So 3rd down and 4 from the 41-yard line. It's another draw, and it's Henderson again, and he gets hit very hard at the 43-yard line after a gain of 2. He got a little
flex by himself, yes, sir. That's how you feel as a safety. He came up and met him in the hole.
That was number 32, Dante Kemp Jr. on the hit there.
Way to hit, Dante. Way to hit. He set the tone.
So it's Actually, it looks like they gave him forward progress of gain of 3 yards.
Before the game, I was watching the Rampage do tackling drill, so I guess that tackling drill came in effect that play.
So 4th down and 1 at the 44-yard line. And naturally, they're going for it.
You got to be disciplined on that one. You got to be disciplined, young man.
And it's offside. It's going to be an offside call.
Right, because this game is a heavyweight game. You can't have little mistakes like that. Both these teams take advantage of mistakes.
Yep, the safety got a little antsy there, across the line of scrimmage prior to the snap. So 1st down for Georgia, and they'll move this up to the 49-yard line. And a fresh set of downs for the Eagles. It's surprising if we haven't seen them throw the ball yet, but
right.
But considering the success they're having on the ground, I don't see why they wouldn't want to throw.
I don't know why you got to go to the throwing game, right? So about in the first quarter. Oh man, that was a great first quarter.
A very exciting first quarter. Both teams possessed the ball. Good running on both sides. And 10 minutes in, it is 6-0 Georgia Eagles leading the College Park Rampage. And again, I just love these uniforms. I'm with you, DeAndre. They are fantastic.
Like I said, I'm this close to walking down to that side of the field and telling Coach Davis, give me a jersey. Both these teams traveled well tonight. You know, they both from Atlanta, both from the Atlanta area. They traveled great down here to Stockbridge. So, like I said, the crowd is great. The atmosphere is great. The DJs, he's great.
Yeah, playing some good tunes. He was playing a little T.I. I was singing along. Yes, old school T.I.
What we grew up on.
Yes, middle school T.I. for me at least, prior to his kids. So good job by the DJ, giving us some musical entertainment, and a great job also by Jennifer Colbert, who is giving us these great
love.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. The pictures, making sure we sound good, and we hope you all are enjoying at home this 8 and Under United Tykes Network Game of the Week. Once again, College Park Rampage, the defending champions, taking on the Georgia Eagles, who they met last year.
By the way these guys executing the first quarter, you cannot tell me these guys 8 years old.
No, not at all. They just look like
there you go. Oh, what a great
nice
cut.
run here. Trying to make some moves.
That kid, what kid on the tackle? He making plays.
That is number 9, Dante Fowler again on the tackle.
You sure he's not related to Dante Fowler? Because he's making plays like Dante Fowler do.
You know what? I might be looking at this wrong. I think that's number 0, Jamarcus Rucker.
Okay.
Who made the tackle there.
I think we got a sideline warning going on against college. Yep, sideline warning against College Park. And so the coaches into it, everybody into it. You can't help but be into it tonight.
Nope.
It's just that
Saturday night under the lights. Telecast for all the world to see.
Right, it's the best game in the country going on. We don't care about the college games going on right now. This the game.
Henderson again on the carry, and this time he is able to turn it upfield and pass midfield.
Right. I love how he made something out of nothing. You know, he saw a little crease. He put his foot in the ground and got what he can get. He knew the outside. He wanted to go outside, but he knew it wasn't there. So, like I said, great IQ by that young man to get something, put the team in a better third down situation.
Yep, a little more manageable. We'll call it a gain of 3 on that play, up to the 47-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 6. And Georgia has yet to throw the ball.
You don't have to throw when you got an O-line like that. I'll run behind those guys all day too.
2 running backs set as College Park shows blitz, and Henderson once again. And this time he's got 1st down yardage and a little bit more.
Like I said earlier, when you got O-line that big, you might as well because for some reason they love that right side. It seems like something.
Give him 9 yards on that carry up the right side off tackle.
They love that right side. That right side is they getting it. They getting 5 yards of carry. You can't ask for no better than that. There you go again, right side again.
Once again, it's Henderson. We do have a flag on the play.
Look like a legal substitution or something like that.
Yes, we did see. I think that was either Dante Fowler or Jamarcus Rucker coming off late. We will check the marker. Nope, no penalty. So, call it no game.
When they go behind that right side, I think they found something on that right side over there. I think they're trying to exploit something on that side. They found something, or they, like I said, but big number 7 on that side as well, lead blocking. So I'll go behind that guy all night too.
Number 7 for Georgia Eagles is Jamal Cobb Jr. And Jamal, surprisingly, is not one of the All-Americans.
Well, he's right now. The way he's playing this first half on defense and offensive line, he's an All-American in my book.
Yes, I would have to agree with you on that one. He has played a fantastic game so far for this Eagles team in the trenches.
Like I said, on both sides of the football. He's just not doing on offense. He's doing it on both sides. He's making an impact all over the game.
So gain of 1 on that play. So 2nd down and 9 from the – or actually it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Let's see if they go behind him again on this play. I'm very curious. They went behind him 5 times in a row. So let's see, can they make it 6 times in a row? There we go again.
Here is Henderson once again. Up to the 35 and then met by a gang of tacklers.
Way to feel by them young linebackers. They felt that hold exactly how you're supposed to feel. They seen it, and they made the play. Like I said, for these guys,
it's a holding call against Georgia, so their first mistake of the night. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty, and that backs them all the way up to the 47-yard line.
One thing I'm impressed with both these, they both playing fundamentally sound football. They both wrapping up. You don't see many missed tackles early. You don't see many holding penalties, nothing like that. They both fundamentally sound and playing the game the right way.
So that'll make it 2nd down and 20 as the ball gets moved back to the College Park 47-yard line. And it's another give, and this time they try the left side, and Henderson makes a couple of guys miss. Actually, I don't think that's that. I think that's number 8, and that is Omari Mathis on the carry.
Whoever you get the ball to in this offense, they're going to get yards because those guys up front is blocking.
So it's a pickup of 4. I know that for sure. But they're still behind the 6, and it's 3rd down and 16. This time Henderson, the only running back in the backfield. It's a shotgun snap.
There you go.
To Edwards. And Edwards is going to keep it, and he's going to run. He's inside the 40, near the 35-yard line, but he needs about 8 more yards there, and it'll be 4th down for the Eagles. They'll give him 7 yards on that play as they mark it at the 36-yard line. So
you might see a pass here.
We might. 4th down and 9 at the 36-yard line for James Davis's squad. They need the 27 to keep this drive alive.
But the way that O-line been blocking, I'll stick with the run game.
And DeAndre, I think you're right. They are going to try to throw this. They do have trip receivers to the right side of the formation with a running back.
Oh, there we go.
In the shotgun. Here is Edwards. He's looking, finding nothing. Runs inside the 35, but he's going to be short.
Right, great response by the Rampage. They needed to stop on that drive to get this thing rolling.
Yes, great job containing the pass, not giving him anywhere to throw. And so the Rampage will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line with 5:40 to go here in the second quarter.
For the first drive, the Rampage did a great job. They just couldn't finish. They couldn't finish the drive. They said they drove the ball down about to the 25-yard line, just couldn't finish the drive. So this time, let's see, can they finish the drive? Like I said, they had some positive yards, had some positive gains and everything. So like I said, the main thing, let's see, can they finish it? Because like I said, they can move the ball on these guys. Both teams can move the ball. It's just all about finishing in the end zone.
We have had 1 touchdown so far, and that was courtesy of Dylan Henderson.
Right, it was a big play.
Big play, hitting the home run.
Play, right.
67 yards on the second play from scrimmage. And a handoff here.
Because right now the Eagles not giving up the big play. That's different. The real big difference in this game is that one big play. The one big play that they gave up earlier. And the funny thing, Coach Gordon spoke on that. The team that less big play is going to be the team that wins the game. So he spoke on that early in the pregame show. So it's funny he said that. He gave it the big play, the second play of the game, you know. So it seemed like they settled in from then.
Gain of 1 on that first down carry. So moves the ball to the 34-yard line. And we have a 2nd and 9 from there. Quickly moving first half.
Quickly.
Very quickly.
It's like the game just started.
Right. And we do have there is another game after this, which unfortunately we will not have. But why would we? I mean, this is the game of the week. What else do we need to do?
There go that man again. Look like number 7. I think that's that man again.
Cobb Jr. once again in the middle of everything. Dropping the running back for the
I wish I could take that kid and just show this is how you play defensive line and play offensive line all in one game. He playing the correct way. Let's see, can he keep the same energy all night long? That's what I want to see. Can he keep it going all night long?
Loss of 4 there, so now the Rampage really in a hole. 3rd and 13 upcoming from their own 30-yard line with less than 4 minutes to go here in this first half. And a little confusion by the Rampage trying to figure out with substitutions, but it looks like they have it sorted out now. As number 6, Rashad Williams, the last man to come off the field. Nope, I stand corrected. That's Kazarian Holcomb coming off the field late for the Rampage. So here we go, 3rd and 13 at
3rd and long already.
At
we might
the 30-yard
see the passing
line.
situation from these guys as well. Because, you know, one thing about Coach Gordon, he loved the air raid, too. That's a big thing. I know he said his quarterback came over this year, R.J. Harris, which is the main reason he came over to come throw the football for him. So he spoke highly, which is a United type All-American as well, you know, because, like I said, he's known for his throwing. Like last week alone, I think he had 2 touchdowns last week in a big win against the Buckeyes. So looking forward to R.J. Harris to open up the offense a little bit. I think Coach Shane just trying to fill it out a little bit right now.
As they take another timeout with 3:12 to go here in this quickly moving first half. You know, I said it was pretty comfortable tonight, but I got to be honest, DeAndre, my hands are starting to feel a little chilly here, like it's December or something.
Right, you know, that nighttime fall finally kicking in.
Yes, I mean,
the sun is gone.
I mean, it's crazy. We had about a week straight of rain here in the Atlanta area.
Right.
And it was still kind of warm and mucky, but the last couple of days, as the rain it's
been great.
Has passed through. Yes, these evenings have been fantastic. Even the daytime has been very comfortable.
It's been a great day for football all day since this morning. I think we started this morning around about 10 o'clock this morning with football games. So, like I said, it's been a great day for football, and we get the pleasure of finishing up with a great game like this tonight.
Absolutely. So here we go, 3rd and 13. For the Rampage at their own 30-yard line. 6-0 Georgia Eagles leading here with 3:12 to go in this first half, which has moved pretty quickly.
Coach Gordon gonna let RJ throw it this time. You know, everybody talk about him in the throwing game.
Under center. Instead, it's a handoff. A flag comes in. The handoff is to number 23 for the Rams, and that is Legan Thomas. But we'll check the marker. I don't think he got back to the line. I think he barely got back to the line.
The penalties tonight. One thing, the difference between these two teams is the penalties. I don't think the Eagles have any penalties tonight. But like I said, the Rampage has plenty of penalties. So I think that's the biggest difference between these two teams tonight. Like I said, they still got to settle in.
They had one penalty. They did have a holding call on that last drive that put them behind the sticks.
Right. So they were moving the ball.
They were moving it, but they a costly holding call set them back near midfield, and they came up short. So looks like it's a hold against the Rampage, and that sets the ball back just inside their own 20-yard line. So now what do you do? It's 3rd down and 23 for the Rampage. I think this might be the time for R.J. Harris to
he might
utilize his arm strength and take a shot down the field.
He might sneak a run in there and just catch him off guard. You know, everybody's expecting the pass, so you might put a draw or something in there. You never know. So like I said, both these teams are heavy hitters tonight.
Well, the Eagles are preparing like it's going to be a pass.
Right.
With the deep safety.
Right.
Two deep safeties.
Right.
Instead, it is a run.
They ran the ball.
And it goes south, literally and figuratively, for the Rampage. As the ball gets spotted back at the 15-yard line, losing 5 more yards. And a timeout is called by
Coach Davis trying
Coach
to
Davis
put
and
some points
the
on the
Eagles.
board for half.
Yep, 2:14 to go here in this first half. Very quickly moving game. We hope you're enjoying it with us so far. This is the game of the week for the 8 and under division of the United Tykes Network. I'm Noah Hirschman, once again joined by DeAndre Wise. We got Jennifer Colbert doing a great job pushing all the right buttons and making us sound beautiful.
Right.
It's a great night for football, to say the least. And, you know, I got to say, Coach Davis, I asked him before the game about his All-Americans. We've mentioned Avery Everett's a couple of times. His other 3 All-American All-Star Game players, Zay Smoke, Israel Murphy, LJ Murphy, they're getting it done
right
in the trenches so far because, as you can see, the College Park has not really been able to get it going here on this drive. They've already lost, partially due to penalties. They've lost about 18 yards here on this drive.
Right. And like I said, the biggest thing I see with those guys, they came in a little too hyped earlier. You know, I think they still got to settle in. I think they were too hyped up. Like I said, the good thing is they under control now. And like I said, they responded on defense. They gave it a big play earlier. And now, like I said, they about to plant the ball back. So let's see how they respond again. So like I said, they have to stop them before the half. That's the biggest thing. They cannot go in the half down 2 touchdowns against the offensive line in a running game like the Eagles have, because they're going to just milk the clock the rest of the game.
Well, Henderson has been running with a purpose so far in this half. I would like to think he's pretty close to 100 yards, and we're barely 20 minutes into the ball game. So, and we get another substitution here late here in this a little confusion. Oh, it looks like they're going to change the punter or get a blocker here. And now the official referee signals. And the punt does not go very far. It's fielded inside the 30 and running, taken out at about the 11 or 12-yard line is 3J Davis, who we mentioned earlier on one of the first kickoff returns. So they bring it down to, they're going to mark it at the 12-yard line. So short field for James Davis's ball club to add some more points here before the half.
Let's see, can the Rampage stay tight, stay strong, and hold it off before the half. Like I said, if you run behind 7, you never know what you'll get behind number 7.
So first down and 10, and before the play goes, we have a penalty. Nope, it's going to be a timeout by College Park, as the Eagles were in, they looked like a goal line formation.
Right. They're going to do whatever it takes to stop this run. They said they're not going to give up the run no more. That's what they're going to do.
So we have 2:01 to go here in this first half. 6-0 our score. Georgia Eagles scoring on their second play from offense, as Henderson with the big run up the right side for 67 yards. And I just can't get over the fact that how nice Coach Davis was. And, you know, I before the game we were told we need to go talk to the coaches, and I know you were a little hesitant to go speak to Coach Shane.
Well, Coach Shane was a great guy as well. You know, I love his confidence. You know, like you say, he said some things I can't say on air. You know, so you know, so that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, Coach Davis. For those of you football fanatics, he played high school here at Douglas High. He was a 5-star recruit and played collegiately at Clemson, where he was the ACC Rookie of the Year. and all ACC and All-American for 3 straight years, and he was an NFL prospect.
Right, I was a huge fan of Coach Davis. I remember watching him play growing up. I remember watching him at Clemson, watching him in the NFL, watching him and everything like that. Great player. Like I say, his younger brother, Mike Davis, a great player as well.
In the second year for this program for the Georgia Eagles, as the inside handoff to Henderson actually loses yardage on that play. So we'll call it 2nd down and 11 at the 13-yard line. And now we have a late flag come in.
Okay. Well, these refs getting their paycheck tonight.
Yes, they are. We'll check the marker. Looks like they're checking to see if there's too many men on the field. Could be an illegal substitution. And it looks like everything's A-OK. So they'll
waving off.
They're going to wave it off, so it looks all kosher there.
It don't look like Coach Shane a little too happy about that wave off.
Not at all. So 2nd down. So they'll call it no gain. Or nope, actually I stand corrected again. It was a loss of 1. So 2nd down and 11 at the 13-yard line. Heavy formation. Here's Henderson once again.
Wow.
Run the middle, and he is dragging tacklers down to the 3-yard line.
That right side offensive line.
Very close to the 1st down yardage.
Man, like I said, these running backs running hard. They running hard. They doing exactly what you want them to do. They keeping them legs driving. What else do you want a running back to do?
So 3rd down and goal. Henderson again. Look for space. Is he in?
I think fumble. I think it's a fumble. I think we got a fumble.
Oh, I can't tell from this vantage point.
I think we got a fumble. Well, knee was down at the 1. Yeah, he's at the 1. He's at the 1.
So it is a 1st down. He needed the 2-yard line, so give him the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Another hard run there. What? Oh, excuse me. They're going to call it 4th down.
Oh, man. This is a great one. It's on the inch yard line. Yeah, the ball is right cracking the tip of the end zone.
Nope, excuse me. They're going to call it 1st down. It should be 1st down. I mean, because he had to get
I think it is first.
Okay. All right. Now they got it right. So it's going to be 1st and goal.
But it's pretty much a quarterback sneak situation.
Inside the goal, inside the 1-yard line. And it is a quarterback sneak. And make the reservation for 6. Touchdown, Georgia Eagles, as they extend their lead with 20 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
Right, like you say, these guys, like you say, right now they controlling on the line of scrimmage. That's what the Georgia Eagles doing. They're controlling the ball exactly what you want. Control the line of scrimmage. Like I said, I don't think have they attempted to pass yet, the Georgia Eagles.
Nope, they have not. It has been all runs for the Eagles.
I know the main thing Coach Gordon spoke on earlier when I spoke to him, being physical. You know, you got to be physical to win this game. He said it, but like I said, right now, Georgia Eagles are more physical than a Rampage right now. So they got to definitely get physical with those guys, because that's why they're up 12-0 right now, because the line of scrimmage. Well,
maybe they're not, because we're looking at the scoreboard, and they haven't given them the points yet.
Right,
so
I'm ahead of myself, huh?
I might be ahead of myself too, so we apologize for the inaccuracy in the information we've provided.
Like I said, Coach Gordon.
I thought they ruled touchdown on the field, but
I thought I saw the hands go up in the air from the sidelines of the Eagles as well. But the Eagles giving the Eagles fans a lot to cheer about tonight. And the Rampage fans ain't really been cheering too much, you know, and we on the Rampage side over here.
That's right. I mean, most folks are standing, but
right, standing room only.
Standing room only, but not much to raise their voices about so far. Well, I shouldn't say that. They have raised their voices, but mostly in frustration.
Right.
Thus far. So we'll call it a 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. So we did not get into the end zone.
Wow. Well,
and this time there's no doubt. Touchdown Eagles. Make the reservation for 6.
Like I said.
As Avery Edwards
those guys
puts
up
it
front,
in the end zone.
You got to give those. What numbers are all the guys? You got to give those guys up front some love. We got to give those kids some love.
Cobb once again with a great block. Make it 12-0, and they'll go for 2.
And they get
and it's an inside handoff.
Walks in the end zone.
And this time, that's Amari Mathis, excuse me.
I love all those running backs for the Eagles. Every one of those guys can get the ball anytime and make a big play.
Actually, that's a 1 yard conversion, or 1 point conversion. So the score is 13-0, Georgia leading College Park with 11 seconds to go here in the first half.
Like I said, the biggest thing, let's see, like one thing I'm looking at right now, College Park walking with the heads down. You can't have your heads down. You're still in this game. You're not out of this game all the way yet. Still, like I say, you still got 11 seconds left for halftime. So, like I say, you can have a big kick return here. It's a lot can happen. It's a lot of time left in the game. A lot can happen. Like I said, what I see from these young men right now walking with the heads down, they feel like they're out the game. They're nowhere near out the game yet. It's still a long game to go. So
11.
Let's pick it up.
11 seconds, as we've learned, and if we've learned anything watching football, 11 seconds is an eternity. It's an eternity. So, plenty of time.
And especially with the explosive players that the Rams have, anybody, Rampage might correct me, about them, they got some players that can make a play anytime. So, like you say, anything can happen. So, one thing those guys got to know about what they can do. Don't put the heads down. You got to keep fighting. And that's what, like you said, what Coach they got to keep working, right? That's what Coach David said earlier. And that's the biggest thing, keep working until the clock says 0-0 in the fourth quarter.
Joseph 3J Davis set to kick it off. And he's just going to squib it.
Oh.
And did College Park hang on? Yes, they did.
They got it. Like I said,
nearly fumbled it. Had a little trouble there, but they were able to recover.
So if you Coach Gordon, what do you do right here, Noah? Do you try to get some points, or you just kneel out, take it to half, and let your team regroup? What would you do?
I mean, the safe thing to do would be to take the knee, but, I mean, you got to try to – I would think you would want to try to generate some momentum going into the second half. And they do get the ball to start the second half. So maybe they call it – maybe they try to set up a screen.
Right.
Maybe they try to put in some extra blockers and get the run up the left side, because that was where they got that big run on the first drive, the 22-yarder. But, I mean, they've really struggled to find momentum, and they've got to play discipline.
Right. Penalties killing them.
The penalties have been a backbreaker for them so far. So first down and 10 at the 47-yard line.
You just run the ball.
And they'll just run it for a loss of 1. And that'll be the end.
That man made that play again. There he go again. Number 7 again with him
Cobb Jr. once again. He is getting. Well, I don't know if he's getting paid, but he'll definitely get his M&Ms and desserts worth tonight.
So whoever his mom and dad, you got to take that. You got to treat him good tonight.
That's right. let him stay up an hour past his bedtime.
Right.
So we've reached halftime.
With extra cookie as well.
Yes, please give him some cookies. 13-0 our score. Georgia Eagles leading the College Park Rams. We have hit halftime here in Stockbridge. You're watching the game of the week for the 8 and under division on the United Tykes Network. Woo. We're back at Stockbridge High School in Stockbridge, Georgia, about 30 miles south of downtown Atlanta, as we continue our coverage of the United Tykes Network 8 and under game of the week between the Georgia Eagles and the College Park Rampage. Noah Hirschman alongside DeAndre Wise. And DeAndre, the story of the first half, in my mind, was the dominant running game. By the Georgia Eagles, which was sparked by the dominant play up front by the offensive line.
Right. Like you said, the biggest thing in the first half I seen, like I said, that was the biggest thing. They controlled it up front. They established on both sides of the ball. The offensive line and defensive line did a great job for the Eagles, and that's why the score is 13-0, because those guys are up front.
Also didn't help the College Park Rampage's cause that they had some penalties there that set them back and put them behind the sticks. And on the opening kickoff of this third quarter, a little pooch kick, and the Eagles recover it.
It don't seem like the Rampage here tonight. I don't know. Like I said, they came in earlier. They was all hyped up and everything, but I don't think they here tonight. They focused. Like I said, these guys are down right now. You can tell by the movement on the field. So, like I said, hopefully they can make a stop here. They can't afford to give up a touchdown right here.
Aiden Brooks, number 5, was there to make the recovery, and they'll spot this ball at the 47-yard line of the Rampage. Nope, I stand corrected again. We're going to start at the 42-yard line for the –
You know what I want to see, Noah? I just want to see the Eagles go behind this offensive line all night, just for the rest of the night, and put the game away.
They might as well. So they have a running clock here to start this third quarter. So here we go. Shotgun snap.
There they go.
And there is Mathis once again. He had a touchdown a moment ago. And he gets a short gain there on first down. Inside the 40, and it'll be second down. And about 7.
It seemed like the Eagles took that game last year personal, the state championship game personal last year, because these guys came out and firing early tonight.
Well, they lost by 1 point in that game last year, 7-6.
Man.
So whether you lose by 1, 21, or 51, losing the championship game hurts.
Right.
And like you said, they have taken it personally, and they're out here on a mission tonight. And here's Henderson
on right side again.
He's got a first down and a little bit more as he is taken down at the 29-yard line.
Look at my man, number 7. He's about 15 yards down the field still blocking.
Jamal Cobb Jr.
He's been on. I don't know. I guess I love it. I love the way he played the game tonight.
I mean, he plays both sides of the ball, and he has been a wrecking ball on both sides because he has been all over the place, creating great blocks, causing good penetration.
He's that right tackle. Yeah, that's what he's the right tackle for him.
Yep. Playing like an all-star there.
Man.
And
Rampage did we get a
yeah,
they got it.
Offsides? Yes, we did.
Yep.
So move the Eagles up another 5 yards, and it'll be first down and 5 at the 24-yard line with 8:11 to go here in this third quarter.
I seen a lot of college football today. I think it's the best game I've seen all day.
I thought for sure the Notre Dame-Wisconsin game was going to be fairly close.
Oh, well, correct. The right tackle is number 1, not number 7.
That's Dontavius Davis Jr. is the right tackle.
Yeah, the numbers look a little different from up here.
It looks like Cobb is playing the left guard position there.
Shout out to Jennifer for correcting us up here.
Thank you, Jennifer, for the great work. And do we have a timeout? Nope, we have a flag.
Another flag?
Yep, and it's a false start. So the 5 yards giveth, 5 yards taketh away from the Eagles. So back to the original line of scrimmage after the run by Henderson. So it's first down and 10.
I think you smoked the coal up. No, I'm blowing out smoke now, so I guess it gets a little,
it's
a little chilly.
Well, now it's my reading is 64 degrees here tonight.
I think we're really in football season now.
Well, we do have a lot of humidity here, down here in South rural Atlanta. I have 64.
He tripped over his own feet.
75% humidity here. As Henderson again with the carry.
He tripped over his own feet. If he would have kept his feet, that might have been 6. It was there. The hole was there. He tripped over his own feet. So, like I said, it was there.
Instead, it's a loss of 3. So it'll be second and 13 at the 32-yard line.
All right, let's keep fighting. The Rampage got to definitely keep fighting. Like you said, it's still not over yet. Like I said, they came out the second half, didn't get the kick return, but still, like I said, still plenty of time in this game. They still got time to fight. It's third and long right here.
Well,
second and long, sorry.
Well, they need to make some stops and quickly because we are now at 6.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. And another whistle.
I think, what are we talking?
And it looks like hearing a request to shut off the music on both sides. So we did have some music playing in the background.
Both teams got their Bluetooth speakers out here. I'm looking at one lit up right now, right across the field from me.
Yep, it's a party out here tonight, to say the least.
Most definitely, most definitely.
And as I adjust my mic, hopefully now you can hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Good. So music is off. We're back to football. Second down, 13 at the 32. And Mathis with another carry, and he breaks one inside the 25. He's running hard. They'll mark him at about the
I think some of these kids ready to play Friday night right now.
22-yard line. So gain of 10 there on an excellent power run.
Like I said, a lot of these it looks like these running backs ready to play Friday night right now. It's like they play for Stockbridge High School this Friday night. Because we know we at Stockbridge High School. The way they run on this turf right now, there they go again.
Here is Henderson. He's looking for the 20. He's got it, and he's down at the 18-yard line. That might have been one of the best 4 or 5-yard carries I've ever seen.
On any level.
Yes, he fought hard for those. He was not going to be denied.
That's the thing about
and it's another first down for the Eagles.
The Eagles running back, they run extremely hard. They, like I said, you can tell their head coach is a former 5-star running back because they run just like he run.
With purpose and north and south. So some substitutions here for the Eagles as they prepare for a first down and 10 opportunity inside the red zone. Second time they've been in the red zone tonight. Last time they were in the red zone, they punched it in for 7. Hence the 13-0 score here. And a couple of players in motion.
I don't think you can do that.
Nope. 1 is fine. 2, not so much. So an illegal shift is called, and that'll back them up out of the red zone to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down and 15.
Right. Like I said, I ain't never seen 2 men in motion before. It might be a new rule. I just ain't up to date.
Well, I think you can put 2 men in motion. You just have to – one has to go first, and then the other can go.
Right. They went at the same time.
And at the same time. But then again, these kids are 8 years and younger.
I just seen in the corner in the end zone, they got the trophies going on. So I guess whoever wins this game get the trophy tonight.
It's a championship-style night here.
If they got an MVP trophy, you know who my MVP is.
Yes, Henderson, without question, has played. Well, no, I guess it would be Cobb. Here's the quarterback keeper by Avery Edwards. He's down inside the 15.
Even the quarterback runs hard. Even the quarterback runs hard. So these guys are still running. These guys are running. You know, they run behind the offense line. They doing it. Just like what number 1 just did the first down signal.
So give him 9 yards on that carry as they mark it second down and 6 at the 14-yard line. Or it was first and 15, so ball's at the 14. They need the 8-yard line for another first down as we quickly approach 3 minutes to go here. In this third quarter, Georgia Eagles recovered the opening kickoff of this second half and have held on to the ball since. And here's Avery, his first throw of the game. And it's dropped.
What a great throw.
In the end zone.
What a great throw by that young man. You sure that kid 8 years old?
Allegedly.
He threw that football. He threw it like about 14 years old.
I believe that was Caden Sims, number 12, the intended receiver, unable to come up.
I think he lost in the lights. He's not used to playing in these Saturday nights. Like, no, they used to play at 10 in the morning.
I stand corrected. I believe that is Ryan Edwards Jr., who
I think the lights definitely got him. You know, but like I say, he's used to playing in the daytime. He's not used to playing on these lights quite yet.
So third down and 6 from the 14. Edwards under center.
There they go, right side.
And here's Henderson once again. Surprise, surprise. And he's got enough for the first down. So inside the 10.
Is it
so
really
we'll mark.
Surprise now, Noah? I think they know where they're coming with the ball now. I think they know where they're coming.
Well, you have to feed the beast. You got to give it to the hot hand. First and goal
Then they run all unbalanced. They got it in the unbalanced set right now too. I just caught that. Then unbalanced look.
So before the first and goal play, we have a timeout on the field taken by Georgia with 2:23 to go.
See, this is the biggest thing. You see the rampage, walking head down, walking off the field. The body language is all bad. You got to pick those guys up. Because it's not like I said, we still got plenty of time left in this football game.
They do. I mean, we still have 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter and the entire fourth quarter. But I would think if Georgia punches in for another 6.
Right. Because the way those guys control the line of scrimmage now.
You pretty much seal your fate.
Right.
If you don't get the stop here in the next couple of plays.
Right. So like I said, this is a big drive for both teams. Like I said, the Eagles can pick the game away here, and like I said, the Rampage can get back in the game right here. So either way, it's a big drive for both these guys.
Now I would imagine and so the funny thing is, a couple of plays ago, that was the first pass of the game we've seen from the Eagles. And I mean, it was a good throw.
Great throw.
Receiver couldn't bring it in, but at this point, at this juncture, you know what your bread and butter is. It is these hard physical runs off the tackles, right up the middle. I think you have to keep. Yeah, you have to keep.
You gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
But they say if it ain't broke, don't fit. If it's not broken, you don't gotta fix it.
That's right. So here we go. First down and first and goal. Excuse me. At the.
Got another timeout? Oh, man. I swear both these teams got about 5 timeouts. I think they called all 3 of their timeouts already.
Well, this is the second half, so they
on this one drive alone, they called 2 timeouts apiece.
Well, these kids are. I don't know if these timeout rules apply to this age group. I mean, I think if this were college or high school or the NFL, there would definitely be. I don't think they would have been able to call these timeouts at this point. But
right.
I mean, it is a learning process for both teams.
Right. Like I say, it's still early in the season as well. It's still early in the season. I'm sure these 2 teams will see each other again after the night. I don't think it's their first time and last time seeing each other this year.
Nope. Or at any level.
Right.
These kids are gonna. What amazes me is I see some of these kids, and I feel like I was about their size when I was their age. But I was not given the opportunity to play football. But given the way that some of these kids have been tackling tonight,
oh man,
I'm kind of grateful because I can still stand on my 2 feet.
I think they need to go teach some of these older guys how to tackle without the targeting and everything, because they're not targeting no net. They playing good, hard-nosed football. Like I said, in the unbalanced look right here, they overload there. They went to that side too.
So here's
wow.
And a very easy touchdown run.
Great. Did you see the move that young man made? That's a great run.
That's 3J Davis on the touchdown.
Check the celebration.
Looks like did they get flagged for the excessive celebration?
I think the refs just let them have it on that one.
Yep. So 8-yard touchdown run for 3J Davis. And it's 19-0 Georgia with 2:13 to go.
Man.
And the extra point pending.
Well, great run by that guy. Great run.
Sweep run by 3J.
Yes. I thought they had him in the backfield. He made one move and made a couple guys miss, and he found the end zone. He found the orange. This turf is orange.
So here comes the point after try. As Edwards. And it's this time Henderson with the carry, but College Park was not fooled there. As big number 99 for the Rampage, Cameron Brown making the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So the point after try is no good. However, the Georgia Eagles, once again, getting the ball and finding the end zone, and it's 19-0 with 2:13 to go here in the third quarter.
I think the Eagles have found the end zone the last 2 drives they had the ball.
Yes.
In the second quarter and the beginning of the third quarter, because they had the ball with an 8-minute drive.
Almost 8 minutes, 7 minutes and 47 seconds here they've had the ball. And the only time that College Park, I think, touched it was when they tried to field the onside kick that slipped through their fingers, literally and figuratively, as Georgia has a commanding lead here, up 3 scores.
Like I said, Coach Gordon got to get these guys like one play at a time. He got to get these guys back on the road. You know, like I said, it's not over. You know, it's still not over until it say 0-0. But like I said, you got to pick these guys up because, like I said, right now the team body language is all the way down. You know, these guys is ready to go home. And like I said, you can see some of the fans leaving on them. So, like I said, they're not out this game. Like I said, it's just one play at a time. Continue to fight. Like I said, Coach Davis said earlier, got to continue to work. And they onside kick the ball again.
And so this will be an illegal touch by the Georgia Eagles. So
I don't think he meant to kick it like that. He said he's sorry, Coach.
And the mishap there by Georgia will give College Park excellent field position as they'll take over 1st and 10 at the Georgia 44-yard line. And this will be a good opportunity for Shane Gordon's club to get it going. We do have a running clock here, so we're under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter of a rematch of last year's UTN 8 and under championship game, which once again, a reminder, College Park won that game last year 7-6, but it looks like Georgia has definitely taken out their frustration tonight.
Definitely. Definitely. They took this personal tonight, you can tell.
So 4 receivers set for College Park.
You get to see R.J. Harris get to throw it around now. That's the
But
good
before
thing.
he does, we have a penalty marker. It's either going to be a false start or an offside. And looks like the near side official is signaling offside, so it is. So that'll move the ball inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And we have a 1st and 5 as College Park keeps that 4 receiver set. Harris in the shotgun, takes the snap, and instead it's an inside draw. And a short gain there, down to about the 36-yard line. So we'll call it 2nd down and short. I was going to say Harris was the ball carrier there, but he was the quarterback. Looks like that was Sanchez Hartnett the third there on the carry.
I think that ref regretting he wore shorts today.
It is getting chilly here. My hands are I don't think my hands have been this cool since last February or March.
Right.
So.
But you know, it's football season now. You know, when that fall air is in the air, you know, that's the biggest
right.
thing. So
another 4 receivers set, 2 on each side.
Okay, he's throwing it. Okay.
And now he's going to throw it in the flat. Oh. And it is caught.
Oh.
As Fowler tried to get upfield, but to no avail.
Oh, the flag, the celebration
well,
flag.
The flag comes in.
Great play, young man, but you got to know how to make a play and get right for the next one.
Excuse me, that's Jamarcus Rucker, number 0 there on the reception. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. 19-0, the Georgia Eagles leading the College Park Rampage. As we'll have 3rd down coming up, pending the penalty. Is that an excessive celebration? Waiting for the official announcement here from the referee. So it looks like it is excessive celebration, unsportsmanlike by the Georgia Panthers, or excuse me, the Georgia Eagles.
You think about Georgia State, huh?
I'm thinking about Georgia State. I live right around the corner from their stadium and campus. So,
yeah, them guys had a tough game today. They almost put upset against Auburn, but they lost at the last second.
Oh, what a bummer. That would have been a heck of an upset.
Right.
for GSU had they held on, but to no avail. So here we go. Start of the fourth quarter. First down at the 24-yard line for the Rampage. And here's a deep throw near the down the near side, as Harris was looking for looks like he was looking for Mason Smith, number 13, but the pass falls incomplete. And it'll be second down and 10 at the 24.
But it's the best time for these young men, though. 8 years old, you playing with your friends, playing with all your friends. I guarantee some of these guys going to each other's house after the game. Win, lose, or draw.
Actually, I might be mistaken there. I believe that was Kai Williams, number 26, was the intended receiver. It's kind of hard for us to
see these numbers.
So we're making it.
All night.
We're Frank, to be quite honest, we're making educated guesses at this point.
Man, trips.
Trip receiver set to the right side. Before the snap, though, we have a timeout by the Georgia Eagles. Got it right that time. 9:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eagles leading the Rampage 19-0.
Man, like you said earlier, before the game started, you'll think it would have been closer than it is. But like you say, the Eagles came out early. They put their foot on the gas and never took it off.
I mean, that 67-yard run by Dylan Henderson to start the game, really set the tone. I mean, because he has been running with a purpose all night. He's already, I would think he's over 100 yards.
Easily.
Easy.
And
mind you, these are 8-year-olds playing on a full-size football field.
Full 100 yards.
Full 100-yard, 120-yard field. So, I mean, I would think if I was 8 years old, I would have been dead tired. I probably would have
like you say,
had cramps at this point.
The Eagle offensive line, hope all their parents take them. The coaches should take them out to eat tonight and feed them guys a lot of pizza and a lot of candy.
Well, we got to make sure they get some vegetables in there, too.
I don't think they want no vegetables tonight after this game.
Well,
they don't need no vegetables tonight.
Well, if you're Georgia Eagles, yes. You got pizza and M&Ms. If you're College Park, broccoli. Broccoli and salmon.
And a protein shake.
That's right. Second down and 10.
Oh.
Snap is fumbled. College Park falls on it, but they'll lose yardage. And it'll be third down and 13 at the 27-yard line. Nope, make that the 28-yard line. So loss of 4, so it'll be third and 14.
They still coaching. They still coaching hard. Even though they up 3 touchdowns, the Eagles coaching staff still coaching hard. They still coach like it's 0-0.
Well, this game is far from over. Far from over. And as we've mentioned, I mean, this is great practice for both these young men, for all these young men.
These two teams will see each other again. In the championship, playoffs, or whatever, they will see each other again.
Tackle for a loss there on third and long. But we do have a penalty flag.
Oh, man, they fine. Oh.
And it's going to be a holding call. At least that's the initial indication there. And we fortunately we have a little skirmish unfolding in the stands right below us. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail. So a penalty is against the Georgia Eagles. As the ball is now moved to the 16-yard line. Looks like it was a unsportsmanlike penalty or a personal foul. We have a stoppage in play with 8:17 to go. Looks like another timeout was called. Or maybe I would imagine the stoppage is due to the disturbance that is unfolded here in the stands.
Right.
Looks like I'd like to think that cooler heads have prevailed.
Right. It's just
luckily
we have
law enforcement and security presence here at the stadium to make sure everything is A-okay.
It's just one of those nights, for the Rampage.
Having a hard time both on the field and off the field, unfortunately. As I said last week, DeAndre, when we were doing another broadcast, football is a game of passion and emotion,
right.
But you have to be able to keep those emotions in check.
You have to, especially when you're dealing with these kids, man. You got to be a great role model for these kids, and these adults got to do a better job at that because these kids are watching every move they make. You see the kids looking into the stands right now.
So it looks like law enforcement and security
they're about to call this one.
they're doing a pretty good job given the circumstances of handling the situation, but we'll see what happens here. Again, 8:17 to go here in this fourth quarter. 19-0 our score. The Georgia Eagles leading the College Park Rampage. The skirmish that unfolded looks like it was between fellow College Park supporters. So, which I understand when you're at an NFL game and you're in a city like, let's say, Atlanta. And a lot of visiting fans come, and they're sitting amongst each other. It's a mixed bag. But to me, I find it fascinating when fans of the same team.
Right. I've never seen that one.
Yeah, that to me, I feel is a bit of a head-scratcher, to say the least.
All right. And like you said, they got to do a better job of being a great role model for these kids out here. Like I said, these 8-year-old kids, they looking at everything their parents do and going on in the stands. So, we got to do a better job at that. But like I say, the law enforcement did a great job of down doing it, so that's the great part about it. But, like I said, let's finish this game. We got 7 minutes left. Let's finish it clean. Hope everybody make it home safe tonight.
And College Park, if anything, looking to find the end zone for the first time tonight. They have
to build off something, right?
Something to build for the next game. I mean, a comeback is not impossible, but with this clock running, well, now they have it stopped again.
Right.
7:44 to go.
Right. Like I said, we got a long stoppage.
And we're still trying to figure out the confusion as the officials and coaches try to sort all this out. So they blow the whistle. We're ready to go once again. 4 receivers set for College Park. Shotgun snap. Okay, Harris, he's going deep, and it's almost intercepted.
The crazy thing about it, R.J. Harris got a nice arm on him. I think they should have went that a little earlier today. I think he got something.
R.J. Harris, as we mentioned, a UTN All-American.
And that's all they talk about, him throwing the football. They say he can throw the football. For an 8-year-old, he's big on throwing the football.
I mean, he put some air under that ball. That went about 25 yards. So, about 25.
It was a great throw by him. Like you say, he airing it out right now. But right now, they just trying to get what they can get. I said, it's still not over. Like I said, you down 3 touchdowns. A lot of things. Last week with Bishop Gorman versus the team out of Arizona High School, team came back and went a minute left down 3 touchdowns. So anything is possible in this game of football.
2nd down and 10 at the 16-yard line. Harris once again in a shotgun formation with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. This time he looks right, and it sails over the head.
I think it got cold on. I think he's a little cold tonight. Like I said, he wasn't throwing it in the first half, so I don't think he got a chance to warm that arm up. Even as a college athlete, NFL athlete, you still had to warm that arm up to let it go. So like I said, I think he's a little cold tonight. That's what's going on with him right now.
Well, the coach's son, Shane Gordon Jr., looked to be the intended receiver there, but it sailed way over his head as they tried to set up a screen. Falls incomplete, and so we have 3rd down and 10 at the 16-yard line As the clock continues to move, we're now at 6.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Clock continues to move. I mean, I got to give a lot of credit to this Georgia Eagles defense. They have dominated, especially Jamal Cobb Jr. on that defensive line. He's lined up now as he's shifting over to his right as the nose tackle. Can the Eagles pitch
a shutout? Can they finish with the shutout?
We shall see.
That's what they fighting for. They fighting for a shutout in the Rampage, fighting for some scores. So,
as we all know, football is a game of attrition. Number 21, Jaron Johnson on the carry there, but he loses a few yards.
It's fourth down right here.
So it'll be a loss. It's a loss of 1. So it'll be 4th down and 11 for College Park at the 17-yard line. So we now have 5:20 to go here in this fourth quarter. And again, we have another game coming up after this. So I think College Park will, while they take a timeout here, stopping the clock with 5:08 to go. Probably the biggest fourth down of the game because at this point, I'd like to think they know that it may be out of reach, but
right, but they still fighting.
But they want to try to get.
Right.
They are fighting. They definitely want to try to get points on the board.
It's different than having that donut. You know, you got to get that donut off the scoreboard. Just like the game we had last week, them guys were trying their best not to get a donut. To get the donut.
Donuts are delicious when they're a pastry. They're not as tempting and favorable when you're the one putting up the donut offensively in a sporting event, especially a football game.
Like I said, so this play going to mean a lot right here. Like I said, the Eagles fighting for this goose egg, this donut, what we call it. They, like I said, the Rampage trying to get in the end zone. So this drive is a little more of a pride drive, you know.
Make no mistake about that. I got to give James Davis a lot of credit here. He did a great job preparing his team tonight. Clearly, they had revenge on their mind as Dylan Henderson setting the tone early for this football team. And I asked him about his All-Americans on his squad and why he thinks they were All-Americans. And he said because they're on-field coaches.
Right. And that's the big thing, having that leadership on the field. That's the huge. And Coach Gordon mentioned that about R.J. Harris earlier today as well, about his leadership on the field for his teammates. Man, I'm telling you, these guys can't have no more timeouts left, man. I guarantee you they can't. I don't think the referee keeping track of the timeouts. I didn't count about 5 timeouts.
It's definitely been more than the typical 3 that they're allotted. So we stopped the clock once again with 4:57 to go in this fourth quarter. 19-0 our score here in this game of the week for the 8 and under division in the United Tykes Network. I mean, it definitely feels like football season. I mean, my hands just seem, as with each timeout, my hands get colder and colder, and I'm actually seeing my breath out here. I mean, I would think that's only for, a 45-degree day, or those days we have here in Atlanta where it's around freezing. But no, 64 degrees, and I see my breath. A big puff just came out of my mouth.
Right. I've been having my hands in my pocket the whole night.
I don't blame you. It has been one of those nights here in northeast Georgia.
I think the kids starting to feel it too.
Might explain why some of those balls have floated on R.J. Harris here late in the ball game. So here we go. Looks like we're finally ready here for this 4th down 11 as he takes the shotgun snap. And now he's going to run with it.
Go get it.
He's running for the 10, and that's about all he's going to get. He gets to the 10-yard line. He needed the 6, but he'll come up short.
Great play call, though. Great play call by Coach Gordon. Let your quarterback get in space and make a play. Like I said, tonight just wasn't their night. You had no type of nights,
So the Eagles will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 10-yard line. And I would think we'll see a couple more plays out of a couple more handoffs to Dylan Henderson, who has played a great game, over 100 yards rushing, including 67 of which came on the long touchdown drive on the second play from scrimmage.
Well, I think what the Eagles going to do here is just run the ball and milk the clock on out for the rest of the night. Get behind number 1 and let's go to work.
Number 1 for the Eagles being Dontavius Davis Jr., excuse me. And it looks like the Eagles get a couple there on that first down run. They're out to the 12-yard line, so we'll call it 2nd down and 8.
Well, all the Rampage can do right now is just watch that clock tick away. But still, let these guys still fight. One thing I like about both these teams, the fight's still on. Nobody gave up quite yet. They're still fighting.
So as we approach 3 minutes to go here in this ball game, DeAndre, put yourself in Coach Shane Gordon's shoes. You beat this team last year in the championship game. Tonight, you come out flat, shoot yourself in the foot with a number of penalties. What is your message to your team this week as you get ready for the next game?
To the team, we still got a long season ahead. You know, like I said, we'll see this team again. You know, so like I said, it's not in the world. We just got to come back and bounce back. Like I said, I think the main thing what happened earlier, if you watch both these teams pregame, you had the Rampage. You know, they was all hyped up. You had the Eagles. They wasn't as hyped up. So like I said, I think the Rampage was a little too hyped up for the game itself. So I think they were too busy in the moment type. You know, like I said, by the time they settled it in, they were down 13-0. And so, like I said, it was hard to come back from that by the time they settled it in. But like I say, it's still got a long season. These two teams will see each other again, no doubt about it, because, like I said, these two great programs. So like I said, it's not in the world. It's just, like I said, get back to the learning board and let's continue to fight for the next game. That's all you can do, one game at a time. Like I said, you're not out of the world. You still got a chance to win a state championship again, be 2-peats again. Like I say, it's only one loss, you know.
So it looks like we had a holding penalty on that 2nd down. So the ball... So they get backed up to the 5-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 15.
But like I said, but hats off to both these coaching staff, 2 great coaching staffs, 2 great teams. You know, like I said, I enjoyed this game tonight, even though the score ain't reflected. But like I said, the game was close, a lot closer than the score made it look tonight.
And here's Mathis getting the handoff as he pushes his way past the 10. So they get some of the penalty yards back. Looks like he got a gain of 7 there. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 20-yard line as we hit $1:15 to go in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's the clock just ticking away. Under a minute left. You know, the crowd starting to leave up out of here. You know, got angry parents. You know, when you lose, you know, it's not a pretty sight. You know, everybody want to point fingers, but hey, it's not in the world. Like I said, both these teams good. Hats off to both these teams. All these kids play hard tonight. So hats off to all these kids tonight. They came out and played a hard-fought game. Like I said, one team got to win, one team got to lose. That's just the name of the game. But like I said, you can't take nothing away from these young men. The Rampage still played a good football game tonight. It just wasn't their night tonight. That's all.
And to that point, a friendly reminder: these kids are 8 years and younger.
8 years and younger.
You know, they've got their whole lives ahead of them. Whether it's becoming a football player, whether it's becoming a football coach,
right,
or something that's not athletic, or maybe it's another sport.
Right.
You know, I mean, I love the fact that kids this young are involved in sports. I was their age playing sports.
Exactly.
You know, I didn't play football, but it definitely taught me a lot about coexisting with my peers.
Right.
It taught me a lot about discipline and showing up and working hard and being committed to your craft. And that is the end of the ball game. Our final score here from Stockbridge High School, the Georgia Eagles exacting revenge on the College Park Rampage. Our final score, 19-0. very well played game tonight, DeAndre.
Very well. Like I said, I enjoyed every minute of this game tonight. I enjoyed every minute of it. So, like I said, I wasn't disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can't tell them to score 19-0 because I don't want to believe it because both these teams played hard tonight.
So, as the teams line up here and form the handshake line and congratulate each other on a hard-fought game, give me your game MVP.
Oh, of course, number one. Everybody don't never get offensive line, defensive line on MVP. My Glenn MVP is number one. For the Eagles, that young man played great on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Opened some great holes matter of fact, for that big 71-yard run earlier, he opened that hole up and like I said, he made a lot of disrupting plays on defense. So number one, definitely, that's my MVP. I don't care what nobody say. I got to give the offensive line, defensive line some love. So that young man came to play today. He's one of the reasons that they won 19-0 today. So
Dontavius Davis Jr.
Right, Dontavius Davis Jr.
You have DeAndre Wise's two thumbs up and seal of approval, young man. We wish you and your teammates and all the players on both of these teams the best of luck.
Right.
I mean, this is I gotta say, I'm from Florida originally. I thought Florida was the ultimate football haven, but having been around this now for the last couple of months, I gotta say I'm very impressed with the direction of football development here in the state of Georgia, both.
Oh, it's a great state. Like I said, I played in this state. I grew up in this state from just like these guys, 8 and under, all the way to 18 years old and playing in this state. Like I said, I was fortunate enough to go on Indiana State and play. Like I said, I grew up in this whole state playing football.
So for all of us here at the United Tykes Network, for Jennifer Colbert doing a great job of making us look and sound good and giving you the pictures so you can see these young men play some great football. For DeAndre Wise, I'm Noah Hirschman. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's Game of the Week. The final score, Georgia Eagles take down the College Park Rampage 19-0. We'll see you next time.